Hi, good evening to you. More than 300 people signed up to speak at this hearing, which was supposed to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, but because of those internet problems, it was delayed until 3 p.m. That's exactly when it started. Now, we're told that this was a result of a power failure in one of the state's data centers, which caused the internet to either slow down or even completely dip out. But that didn't stop people from still coming to the hearing because there's still a lot of people in there right now.
There's too much on our shoulders. We can't do it anymore. You can raise the rent, we cannot pay it.
Greta Blau is one of the 300 plus people signed up to speak on rent increases in Connecticut. She helped to create the Hamden Tenant Union after dealing with unlivable housing costs. She says her rent went up by 10% in the last year, and so did everything else.
Inflation is not the tenant's responsibility. Inflation is being used against the poor and the working class.
The new bill, which is what this hearing is all about, would cap annual rent increases at 4% plus the rate of inflation. But some advocates say that's still not enough because of already high housing costs in the state.
The typical increase we're seeing is about 30%, which is insane.
On the other side of this, some landlords say they don't think a cap is the answer.
We're not here to oppose things. We're here to say we know what works, and this is not going to work.
Lauren Tagliatella works for Franklin Communities, which owns several properties in Hamden. She says they're feeling the increase in costs just as much as the tenants are.
Our taxes went up 22% from last year. So all of our expenses have gone through the roof. We're not trying to gouge people. We're trying to stay in the business that we love.
For her, the answer isn't to put a cap on rent, but to build more housing across the state, closing a shortage gap that has existed for years.
So if we are able to build more housing, you're going to have more competition. You're going to have lower prices. Also, we're going to see a price correction right now in the market.
Now, most of the people that were signed up to speak today, again, that includes more than 300 people at this hearing, were signed up to speak virtually online through Zoom. So if you missed that 10 o'clock deadline and just weren't sure what was going on because they picked it back up at 3 p.m., the members of the Housing Committee ask you to please email them with your testimony. We're live here at the Legislative Office building. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.